Hey, hi, hello, everybody. Welcome back. We've got some more Outlast content for you here today. I can't even speak words right now. I'm so excited to watch all this stuff. We've got Outlast 1, Trials, and Outlast 2. All the speedruns done in less than an hour total between the three. We're going to see how a real gamer does this, because if you watched my playthroughs, you know I struggled, you know I perished quite a few times. But that's okay. We know we're not the best, so let's learn from the best. Let's watch from the best. Let's check it out. Outlast, 80% speedrun, 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's go. There's got to be some crazy out-of-bounds stuff going on here. What's with this music? YouTube. Oh! Off rip? Did he just hit a loading screen or did he die? What? There's no way. Right before we watched this, we got baited by a fake speed run where he goes inside the actual asylum. The first security guard you see says, "Oh, you need to leave here," and then he leaves and goes back to his car. And I thought that was pretty funny. But that was 3 minutes or whatever, and it was a joke. This is 4 minutes. That's crazy. We are starting off strong, Donovan. We are. Oh my. Oh, he's glitching. Oh, he glitching again. Oh, he going. Oh, he moving. The movement is insane. It always blows my mind how people figure this stuff out. This is some wild stuff right here. The amount of time it takes to master this kind of stuff, insane. He timed it. Did he save? Oh, he must have loaded a save, I think. Sped him up quite a bit. Same deal. He just loads a save and it puts him further out. No? Or maybe it skips some cutscene type deal. And it has to probably skip like things that happen in the game that you have to typically wait for. Oh, we got lineups? We got lineups in Outlast? Whoa! This is crazy! This is crazy. On the rails? Oh, we're going parkour craziness. Oh my goodness. Look at him move. He's got the moves. Oh, and he skipped the climb up part. Also crazy. This really chill music over the intense, crazy music that Outlast is currently playing, on top of the sick, insane parkour movies he's got going on, the chill music is kind of a weird placement, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, he's moving, Mo. Money moves, baby, money moves! Don't ever do this in real life, that's really dangerous. I'm an electrician, I would know. They also don't look like that, but whatever. What do I know? Oh, what the heck? That was crazy. I'm surprised the Superman, they call that part a Superman? So he's got 2 minutes left from this point on to get done with the game. Most of the horror games I like are made by the same dev team or same gameplay as Condemned. I'll check it out. I will. We got a lot of horror games on the list, baby. We got a lot of games. We might even try Outlast Trials and get a VR headset for it. Billy! Billy, stop! I'm on your side! Well, other than, you know, killing you. That's a different story. We don't talk about that. Oh! We're every which way. Oh. Oh. Miles has been through some shit, man. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I said it once, I'll say it again. This chill music is throwing me off. Get up! Miles, we got time to beat. We got a world record to get, Miles. Run, baby, run! Let's go! New objective, get out? Oh, you can climb still while like that? That's pretty funny. I don't know why that's funny, but it is pretty funny. We got 30 seconds of hobbling. Hobble your way on over, baby. I wonder if there's strats to this stuff. It looked like he was moving to the side on purpose. I wonder if there's a faster way you wobble. Nope. Come on, Miles. I forgot what the time was. 4:32? Oh, he's trying to cut the corners, that's what. Oh, that's the time right there. That's it? Oh, he did it. Oh, he's a beast. 4:32:50. Oh my goodness. It's Dovey, speedrunner extraordinaire. This is just 6 months ago. This is super fast. All right, that's Outlast 1 speedrun. We now have Outlast 80% speedrun and 357. I don't know how legit some of these are. This is such a fun run to do. I love it. Okay, let's do this. Let's check it out. We got Outlast, Whistleblower now. Link in description. Let's do this real quick. This is being run by Phalix Less on YouTube. Still hope you play Dead Space on stream eventually. Oh, I will. I bought all the Dead Space games as well. What? Whoa. Hey, I started talking about Dead Space in chat, and all of a sudden, we're going through walls and phasing through shit like we're the damn ghosts of Christmas past. What's going on here? Hold on. Let's back up. We're gonna back up. We're gonna be playing lots of horror games on stream. No. Don't apologize. This runner should apologize for being too fast. That's what you don't apologize in chat. We're here having a little chit chat. This runner's going too fast. Let's play. Run it back. Take two. Run it. Okay. Hey, wait. How's it work? How do you do it? Take two. You go. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna play Dead Space in the future though, for sure. Okay, what did he do off rip? Oh, he jumped on top of the door? What the? And he's just running through walls. Dude. It's bonkers that this stuff exists. Oh, he's just running. You can see everything. What the I'm gonna pause. I'm sorry if I'm pausing too much. It's reaction for a reason. Outlast 1 at least seemed like you can kind of follow what's going on. Like the very beginning, he falls through to the basement and he hits a loading screen there. This one is like, I feel like it's just, I'm all over. He's just room to room, back and forth, zigzagging all crazy like. This is hard to follow. It's so... Hey, I'm lost. I'm lost already. Sir, madam, whatever you may identify as, I don't know. You are a legend in my book. I hope you identify as legend, and you tell people to call you that. Oh, you running. How do you even figure this out, bro? That's what I'm saying. Not, let alone figuring it out, but also connecting all of it in a big chain to figure it all out and get it done and then get a speedrun. Crazy. Blows my mind. I could never. I took like 4.5, 5 hours to finish the Whistleblower playthrough. I am not that fast.
I would like to kill
him. He's quite literally just phasing through walls at this point. Walls don't pertain to this human. This human, if this person wants to phase through a wall, he will phase through the wall. He or she or whatever. so taken back by this. I'm such a slow gamer. I could never imagine moving this fast.
Don't trust them. They'll tell you.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him. He menus faster than I can even figure out where my start button is. He does all that, and I'm still looking at my controller. Well, I guess he plays it on mouse and keyboard, but I think I play it on mouse and keyboard too. Never mind. I don't even know what system I play it on. Right, right. Makes sense. Of course, that's what I did too when I was on that part of the playthrough. Yeah, I do the same thing. I think I do it a little bit faster, but it's okay. We have the same idea. This is where Chris Walker's chasing him. At least I know that part. I recognize something in this game. Run, baby, run! Dude, he's barely he's saving tenths of a second, hundredths of a second. I'm gonna stop questioning any of this. This is normal. This is now lore accurate. Everything in this that you see is currently canon. Don't question it ever again. Where are we going, buddy? Where are we going? Dude, I'm just blown away. I'm blown away in all the best ways. He's got 30 seconds left and he wins. The boost on the... Oh, he skipped the entire front lobby. Whoa. What? He made his own ending. He bypassed so many important characters and cutscenes and just made his own ending. He said, you know what? I want to change how this game is written.
Perfect. Fucking perfect. Let's go.
Fucking perfect. 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 I agree. Bravo.
That was fucking perfect.
Bravo.
Fucking
Wow.
Perfect.
Hey, yep. Say it again. No? That was it? Alright. Yo, insane speedrun right there. That is Phalix Les right here on YouTube. 15.8k subscribers. This was 3 years ago. I wonder if anybody's beaten that since then. Dude, people have some very impressive times. Very, very, very impressive times. I will never amount to anything like that. Alright, now the real one. We're gonna watch some games done quick. Hopefully, I don't think it should be anything that is copyright worthy. I'm not quite sure how Games Done Quick does their stuff, but we are going to be reacting to this. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want to abuse any content and whatever else that it may be, but I do want to watch a very fast speed run. This is the fastest time that I've seen so far. Let's watch the fun one with a good commentary for a good reason. Alright, let's get into it. Let's watch some, what is this, Shark Hat 87, and lo and behold, he's wearing a Shark Hat 87. Outlast 2, 3414. And let's check how Shark Hat 87 gets it done in Outlast 2.
All right, so we got a lot to explain with this
Yes,
category.
you do.
It's a pretty heavily modded category. We have a lot of different subcategories and things for this game. Essentially, no checkpoint killing means that, well, checkpoint killing, first of all, is in vanilla any %, if you skip a single checkpoint in the game, you die. So it makes skipping things a lot more difficult, obviously. So part of the mod is that we disable that, and so instead of killing you, it just saves the game normally, and you can progress. We'll get into more of the
I'm not quite sure what it
specific
means.
things
No
in a
checkpoint
second.
killing,
So at the
cutscene
beginning
skip.
of this chapter, the crash, we're going to drop down here, and we're going to attempt to skip climbing down the majority of this cliff by doing a crawl right there. Very nice. All right, we're not dead. So this game does have fall damage. If you fall too far, you will die. We can do certain things like that.
I know that.
fall
I know
damage.
that all too well.
We do also toggle FPS quite a bit in this game. So you'll see, like right here, we'll toggle to about 8 FPS.
Then
That can
straight up
cancel a lot
German.
of the hardland animations and things like that. But the idea is that we're going to be jumping around between high and low FPS here and there because this game has a lot of very specific.
I do like that we're getting
work
a lot of
on
explanation for
specific
this one.
FPS values.
The good thing about the games done quick, awesome games done quick, is that we do get a lot of explanation for this stuff. So super excited for that.
So we talked about checkpoint killing a little bit, and the other part is the cutscene skip mods. That's a bit newer, and all of these. Here we gotta redo this real quick. Part of the mod is no stamina as well. You have to hit a button for that. It doesn't always register right away, so we're gonna do that as well there. So we got that. And part of the reason for that is with this particular category, we spend a lot of time out of bounds, and usually in vanilla we would reload checkpoints to get stamina back, but because there are no checkpoints just out of bounds all over the place, it would result in us kind of just like walking everywhere. So most people that do no checkpoint killing do no stamina. So right here we're gonna do something called a crouch crawl clip, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You just crouch and crawl, alternate, go right through the wall.
Okay.
This dude right here.
Okay.
Normally scares at you from
okay.
so this is the first major skip of the game. This is lens skip, and we're gonna be bypassing.
So what I'm getting from this is they have modded it to where it is just, hey, get from point A to point B as fast as possible. No stamina to worry about. No cutscenes to worry about. No, just what all the enemies that are in your way and how much you can glitch the hell out of this game. This is like literally how much can you break the game to the max.
A pretty major part of the level here. A lot of this stuff is solid generally when you go out of bounds, so we can kind of just walk through the mountains here.
Surprised all of that's solid.
In this run.
Yes. And actually, we're coming up to, in a little bit here, the first big cutscene skip. So like I was saying, that's a bit of a newer feature in this run. All of the mod stuff is done actually pretty much all through just editing a config file. It's all Unreal Engine console commands and things like that. So big shout outs to the Outlast speedrunning community and the modding community for helping us get.
It's super interesting to have a speedrunning category specifically with mods. I don't think I've ever seen that for the big games that I've watched.
5-minute cutscene here, auto scroller, but by going out of bounds, we can skip that. Generally, when you skip any checkpoints in the game, it will stop loading things in, which includes cutscenes, which in this case is very good for us because we can just run right past. And so basically, one more thing about checkpoint killing I wanted to mention is that basically there's minor and major checkpoints. So as soon as you skip a checkpoint, all of the minor ones.
Every time that shit blinds the hell out of me.
Next time you hit a major checkpoint, you just die. You fall over on the ground, almost like you had a heart attack. So right here.
Oh, okay. So okay. I was misunderstanding. I was confused as to why they needed to skip the checkpoints. The game is literally programmed to kill you, so you can't skip. It's not very speedrun friendly, and I think that's probably to prevent soft locks. Usually is when they do that stuff, but doesn't make it speedrun friendly. So that makes sense. That makes sense. So that's why they had to mod it out.
Bottom left, you can see it says saving. So that's the mod in action there. Let's just do a lot of really big skips here. One small time save here. Normally you get blasted back by this enemy here, but you can hide in the corner on the side and avoid that.
That's pretty funny.
And Nerd, if you want to talk about Ethan here a little bit, we're actually going to skip Ethan, but he is a pretty cool character. We're not going to see him because of the cutscene skip mod here. So once I fall into this cutscene,
Ethan.
We're going to reload.
Oh, Ethan is
Yeah, it's supposed to be this like really long chase, and then you do a clip right after it. But you don't have to do that with the cutscene skip.
You sound super excited to be there.
Wait around here for a really long time in the basement. It's not quite a cutscene in the sense that you have control of your character, but you have to wait around for a few minutes there. So
they didn't have to watch Ethan die. You know what? That's a W in my book. Ethan lives forever in our hearts.
Regular any percent that bleed over to this. You'd think with
I'm gonna send you a vid. Watch it whenever you want. It's a longer watch bed.
That any percent would be glitchless, but there's actually a lot of tricks, so you can kind of wiggle.
Glitch on through, baby.
Through the fence, just like that.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
And, now we're gonna go head over to this this field over here. There's kind of a funny thing. So if you ever run 100% in this game, there's recording. You pull up the camera, you record certain events. There's one here that you can actually only get if you don't reload the checkpoint here. If you reload the checkpoint, you're just locked out of getting 100%.
Oh, the frames. Oh, the frames
so
are perishing.
Crawl clip through this fence, and we'll see one of the main villains, Marta, kind of just walking here. You're not supposed to get this close to her.
Oh, she's just chilling.
There, but there she is. And here we're gonna do a
That's
trick
crazy.
A
Speedrunning's so fun to watch, man. Speedrunning's so cool.
Normally you're supposed to grab onto this crate and slide it. So that, but if you maneuver in the right way, you can grab the crate while standing right next to it, like you just did. And if you can force any piece of your hitbox through a wall, it basically just disables the collision unless you just walk right through, which is what he did.
Yeah, we're going to see that a lot later. You know, with a lot of speedruns, we kind of joke about.
Oh, they didn't get the right white light?
That is
that moment?
The case in this game sometimes.
Interesting.
The collision being a lot more complex than the original Outlast. You can do a lot of stuff like that. Oh, Nerd, do you want to talk about the trick we just did there?
What? He just walked backwards?
So I'll make sure to point that out, but...
Yeah, so we did a ledge run. Of course, you can lean in this game like in the original Outlast, and normally when you go on a ledge, there's an animation where you like shimmy on it, but if you run while looking behind you, you don't do that animation.
That's pretty cool. I failed this part 3 times. I don't know how. What? What? There's no way. I failed that jump 3 times. 3 times. And my character just rubbed up against the cliff, the edge, and just fell down. Like, I was like, okay, surely my character is going to grab the ledge. Didn't happen. I'm also curious because the way I did get by was I ended up jumping over and clearing the ledge, not having to grab onto it with my hands. I just jumped with my feet. Surprised a speedrunner wouldn't do that to save the extra time from not having to climb up. Anyways, let's move on.
Behind you. Yeah, we'll see at least one more of those later. The vanilla 80% run has a lot more of those, especially going around sort of curved paths, which makes it a lot more difficult there. We've got one more jump to make here before we get to our next checkpoint. It's kind of a long section where we don't get any safety checkpoints here.
It's kind of funny
so basically, like I said,
when it's a horror game, you
fall
just skip through
game,
everything.
There are certain ways to cancel it. So like
obviously, horror games are supposed to...
Nice. Okay. We didn't
Oh,
so if you hit that slide,
that was sick as hell.
There takes precedent over the lethal fall damage. We're gonna do another slide here. Like I said, we have some low FPS strats here. So
shimmy, shimmy, slide, baby.
While sliding like that, we're able to clip into that wall just like that, and this will skip a decent chunk of the level right here. We're gonna jump back and bounds just like that.
Yeah, that's not the game lagging. That's an intentional FPS drop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a game lagging this whole time.
Here, we have elevator skip. There's actually 2 tricks called elevator skip.
Does he have a mod for that then as well? I don't remember him saying anything about that. I know he said FPS tricks, but I don't remember him saying anything about specifically dropping the FPS himself.
Where we're going to try to force a little bit of our character to get clipped into the wall. These particular kinds of clips are a little bit random. So if it doesn't work, there is a method to manipulate this. So you have a value called your offset position, which affects how close you can get to walls, and certain animations like that one will affect it. So with these kind of clips, if you do, yeah, exactly. So it seems silly. It seems kind of like placebo. Like there's no way that actually works. But yeah. So if
what is this frames drop to?
Don't work.
5 frames a second?
Like
I can't even see what it is on the
here
screen.
We're dropping the FPS a little bit to delay the load of the level. There's certain collision that loads in and blocks you, and so we want to delay that a little bit to make that a bit more consistent so it doesn't load in too fast. And here we have Marta. This is actually another 90% skip right here as well. So Marta shows up, and I bet a lot of casual players struggled with this part. You're supposed to get the cart all the way here and jump over and try to avoid her.
He's going to glitch through,
If we set this up correctly, we can crouch and clip a little bit straight through the fence.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I'm going to go ahead and be honest, guys. I did not do that. I instead ran away like a little pussy from Martha.
Yeah,
let's go! Let's go, Sharkhead!
All right, so we're going to skip another cutscene here. So this would be a great time to read a couple donations if you got some.
Absolutely. I've got a $100 donation from Cup of Chai.
Oh, he just hit some trigger points.
Is my favorite time of year, and I'm so sad I won't be able to watch much of it live this week, but I wanted to make sure
the Gospel of Nas,
an organization I respect so much, even more now for their work in Gaza. The conflict has been on my mind daily over the past 9 months, and MSF has been one of the few bright lights during this time. Thank you to all the medical professionals on the ground. Love to all the runners and
dude, what a great cause. I love this.
And even though it's now July, every month is Pride Month.
All right, you got time for 1 or 2 more here?
This whole organization is so positive.
Following along that one, I've got a $10 donation from Smush, which seems to go together with this one. It says, on the topic of trans rights, which are human rights and should be treated as such, Americans, have you registered to vote? Make sure at vote.gov. Every voice counts.
All right, thank you. So right here, we're going to be picking up a bandage.
Get on in.
So this is actually a little bit of a backup strap. We
just skipping by Grandma. Bye, Grandma. We'll get cookies later.
Sort of in the practice room. So if we decide to go for the other version, I will need that bandage. But we're gonna worry about that when we get there. So you move through corn here. Usually it gets slowed down quite a bit. At lower FPS, you move quite a bit faster here. So we're just doing this
really?
to
I wonder why.
here.
Oh,
and then
Juking.
reload to despawn them. And this trick is called middle skip here. So, like we said, walls are a bit of a suggestion. There's many different ways to
walls are a
the walls in this
suggestion.
game. A lot of these clips are very unique.
And I'm
In this
saying
case,
no.
we're gonna crouch with a specific facing
Well, I
angle,
guess
and
Shark
then
Hat
we'll clip
87
a
is
little
saying
bit into
no.
this fence. And now this trick is called dumb skip, affectionately, because it is just very finicky. It's one of those things where if it doesn't work immediately, it kind of gives you a hard time. It's like any of these clips where we're jumping. It's going to be a bit random, but we're going to try to jump and side hop, and it's just that easy. There we go.
Oh my God, he
It's that easy.
nailed
every
it.
time.
Nailed
Every
it.
time it works, except when it doesn't. All right, so do you guys want to explain this level coming up? Because this is the hardest trick in the run right here. It's actually 2 tricks back to back.
Really? Already? I feel like mines would be pretty hard to skip through, but
So he was going to do 2 of those jump clips, like what he just did, and the latest checkpoint he gets is right in this room. So if he messes up either of them, right back here.
And this particular one, the one he just did, is one of the most inconsistent ones in the run. You can sit there for minutes sometimes and not be able to make it through that wall. Although it looks like it's going to work this time.
Almost. Okay.
I
So yeah,
jinxed it.
So the first one is random. It just yeah, you just have to do it until you get it pretty much. The second one is just really precise, and like we mentioned,
he's getting through it pretty
because
quick,
we skipped the
depending
checkpoint,
based on how
we
he's
skipped the
talking about it.
checkpoint here,
I will
and
say
then
that's
if you want to retry this, you have to do both. It still saves a good chunk of time. We just got to get a kind of precise setup here, and we get it every
That's
time.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So fun fact about this, you're supposed to use this to climb into the vent. You don't actually have to do that. As long as you pull it close enough, it lets you ledge grab this, which is a little bit silly. And right here, I'm doing something called a lag boost. So if, actually, Kyle, do you want to explain lag boost real quick?
Oh yeah, so if the
Giant weird tongue.
FPS is lower than the
The
FPS
transitions
cap,
are so smooth in
and you
this
try
game.
to crawl, you'll just lag like that and just scoot across the ground instead of doing the normal crawl animation, which is really slow.
Dude, he's
So
so
to do
far
that,
in the
he just
game.
sets the FPS cap to 1,000, which is
This was like
crazy
2
how
hours
the
for me.
computer can do.
It's
And
like
then
2.5
just
hours
slides
when I
across
got
the
here.
ground like that.
All right, so this is bridge skip. We're gonna try to grab a stump to cancel our fall here. Okay, we didn't quite get it. Okay, we'll try
This is
to.
also called stump jump.
Yeah.
Stump
So,
jump. I love the
you're
names
supposed
these
to,
guys come
you
up
know,
with.
Watch a cutscene and fall all the way down here, but there's a few ways to do this without that, and we're going for the slightly flashier version here. There we go. Okay.
There it is.
So if you interact with those stumps, you can hide normally. Obviously, we don't need to do that because we can kind of just blast
Stump
past,
jump.
all the enemies in the game here. But if you interact with that, it cancels the fall damage, kind of like jumping into the sliding animation. The animation of
In
entering the
13
stump,
minutes, he got to
usually
where I
cancels the
was
fall
3
damage.
hours through this game.
So you can do a slide and land on a tree
This
instead,
is where
but
the
it's a
second
little bit, I
playthrough
believe
on
it's a little
YouTube
bit slower,
starts.
because
Is this
it's
area
not
right
as
here.
cool as that one there.
That's insane,
So
dude.
after we
I
crawl
can
through
never wrap
this,
my head around it.
Tree here, we're gonna do another crouch crawl clip through a rock this time. And we're gonna try to skip a good chunk here. We actually just made it to the second chapter out of 6. I don't think we mentioned that so far. The first
Yep.
2 chapters are by far the longest and have some of the harder tricks in the run.
I still don't feel too bad then.
So we clip into this rock, and we're gonna make our way out of bounds here. Most of the stuff that looks solid is solid, and you can run on it. So we're just gonna make our way around, take a big shortcut here.
I'm surprised this
We'll
game
make our way to the next,
made so much of the
school
out of bounds
here.
stuff
We can
solid.
probably get 1 or 2 donations in real quick.
Most of these games
Awesome, that's
typically
fantastic
don't do
news.
that,
I've got a
so it's
$100
pretty crazy.
donation from Marcus, who doesn't have a comment,
Yo,
but
Fruit
I just wanted to
USJC,
point out
welcome to the
Marcus
stream. Thank you for
and
the follow.
everyone else putting their donations in. We're trying to get an incentive going for Made of Scare, which is running after Outlast 2 here, to get the good ending in that game.
I wonder if there's got to be people who have run the third Outlast, right? The Outlast Trials. I mean, VR running? I wonder how difficult that would be. I don't think I've ever heard of speedrun
So if you
VR.
wanna make it a little bit
That
harder
seems
for
like it would
us
be
to
pretty
424,
insane.
You want to make it a little bit more interesting, get your donations in, make sure to click on the incentive and put your money towards the incentive. It doesn't cost anything extra. You're donating anyway. You might as well put it towards the incentive.
He just skipped everything.
All right. So you might notice in some of these sections where we're
No
going down
fear.
multiple hallways, I'm turning kind of slow there. So that actually, we're not just taking.
I'm gonna say it again. Horror games are kind of funny when you run past all the stuff that's supposed to be scary, and it just kind of looks silly at that point because it's just like tossed in there for. It seems it's like it's tossed in there randomly for no reason. There's none of that. There's no correlation between any of it. It just looks hilarious.
So in this game, when you get to full sprint speed, if you turn too quickly with the camera, you lose that speed, and you slow down pretty significantly. So it's usually better to take those really slow, wide turns like that. All right, so we just skipped a cutscene.
That makes sense. I always wondered why sometimes it looked like it was zooming, running faster.
So naturally, the first thing we're going to do is grab a bandage here. But what we're going to do is skip putting it on. So you cannot climb ledges when you're in this state. But fortunately, if we can clip through these 2 walls, we can get to a checkpoint. And if we reload a checkpoint that's past this part of the game, then it'll actually apply the bandages to us without having to have put them on.
Oh, it's too easy for this guy.
We don't have our camera here.
It's too easy for this
we're
guy.
Gonna skip picking that up as well, and the game will give it back to us. Wow. Okay, so that skip is a little random.
Way too easy for this guy.
That was very nice. Very good bandage skip there. So we'll just reload here. And this is just a lot faster. Well, first of all, it's a shortcut, but it also skips the animation of putting on the bandages, which is pretty long as well. So that restores our ability to climb up ledges, which is really good because we do.
Yeah, this is about 4 hours of gameplay for me on any normal day, and about 12 jump scares later.
Pop up there.
4 hours of gameplay, 12 jump scares, 4 pan changes, and he's doing it in 15 minutes. Wild, insane.
Do a trick called triple fence clip.
Yes, oh, the triple fence clip. I know all about that. The triple fence clip. Yep, me and my uncle, Aunt Jemima did that.
Is quite literally just rub against the wall until you go through. There's really not much of a setup to it. But this house on the right of us is normally where you would get the camera, and that would teleport you to another one of these school sections. I don't think we really mentioned those, but in the game, there's flashes of light cause everyone to have hallucinations, and our character hallucinates this elementary school. So that's what all of that is about there. So we're going to clip through the 3rd fence here.
Now that I know the lore behind all of it, it's so crazy to me.
So we're going to do a side hop to hopefully cancel most of the fall damage. We will still get bleed damage, but we won't die. Like that, nice. So we didn't really mention either so far, but with bleed damage, you move pretty slow. So usually we want to heal up with a bandage.
You die from that, though.
From a checkpoint, because that'll also restore you back to full health, which is what we're going to do here.
His FPS changes quite a bit, though. He went from 60 to 100 down to 5.
Chapter here. We just gotta grab
like intentionally putting your game at 5 FPS is wild.
Load in the next cutscene, which will then take us to the next area, which is this rope right here.
What a dark game. What a fucked up game. That is for sure.
This arrow so it doesn't slow us down.
Okay. Playing a horror game in like French or German, I feel like that would be kind of funny for some reason.
One quick note, we are playing on story mode. That's the difficulty. It doesn't affect the run too much, but it does make some things a little bit faster. We do have a category for insane difficulty as well, but this is just a little bit quicker. Enemies do a little bit less damage and things like that. And here
really?
We do another trick,
story mode. Story mode is literally like the easiest one, isn't it?
Like
Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right though.
Land out of bounds here.
Okay.
Jump land here.
Yeah, that's how I did my game. I
played
the same exact way.
Is dependent on following a character through the dark using audio cues, and with bleed damage, this takes
the fucking light, dude.
So I'm gonna focus a little bit here because if you lose track over here, it takes way longer than usual. So we're gonna follow her and use the microphone function, make this a bit easier.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do?
And then as soon as Blake starts talking, we're going to start sprinting as well. I'm just going to focus a little bit here to make sure I get this.
I did not do that. I just ran in a specific random ass direction. Is this French? Or this is French, right? I don't know much about other languages of the world. I'm American. Don't ask for much.
Nice. Okay, we got it. All right. So right there, she does move around a lot. You kind of have to listen to how it pans and things like that.
I'm lost. I'm lost. Nope, I didn't follow shit. Sharkcat87, I did not follow shit. Oh, it is French. Okay.
But yeah, just different audio there. All right, so we made it to chapter 3. This is the lake.
French, yeah.
So,
okay.
Any of you
We're
that
learning.
played this game would remember the rafting section.
The lake, I think, is 5 hours of gameplay for me. No, yeah, about 4 hours.
In this category.
Did he jump into the lake? I jumped into the lake too.
We need to get to the next big major.
Oh no, he's doing a whole different thing. Never mind.
Back on the raft after you fall out. So to clip out of bounds initially,
he did
we're
jump.
gonna get on this wall and crouch, and we should go through just like that. We need to be not super careful here, but if you stay in the water too long, there's a water monster that will kill you.
Not the water monster. I got attacked by the water monster.
The river one more time.
It was not pretty.
But I would say if we could squeeze in.
I believe they call her Loch Ness.
Real quick while I'm running over to the river.
Nessie?
Absolutely. I've got a $50 donation from Anon, who says, every year I love to watch GDQ. Had to donate during.
How do you keep
the
track of
break
this
like
shit,
Outlast
dude?
2. Thank you for
It is insane to me how people just casually do this.
Completely different tonal note. I've got a $10 donation from the Shark Hat.
Get out of the water, buddy.
That says, nom, 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 nom.
That sounds about right.
Buddy, you don't want to be in the water. Trust me.
I also have
I'm the
a
expert here.
$5 donation
Listen to
from
me.
Side Mystery that says, walls really are a suggestion in this game, huh?
I think most of this game has been
shout out
him
to
glitching
Mystery,
through
right
so
from
much.
Outlast,
Yeah,
supposed
so
to
many
Outlast
walls.
2, Speedrunner.
It's like, what
Alright, so we're coming
messed up
pretty
mountain
close
wall
to
can
the
we
end
glitch through
of,
this
this
time?
outbound section. So this does skip most of the raft.
The raft took
the cutscene skip
forever.
is also going to. So the raft isn't really a cutscene.
It's not, but it's like an interactive cutscene.
The any percent version, because there is an any percent and glitchless version of this mod, and for any percent we just decided to take out the raft as well because it cuts out most of the mod cuts out most of the downtime on the run as well. So unfortunately we will not get to raft here. You'll see it for about a split second when we pick it up right there.
I did not like the raft personally. I thought it went a little bit too long. If it was like half the time that it was, I would have been fine with that part.
Straightforward. We're getting chased by some enemies.
But I stand by when I say the raft part of Outlast 2 sucked. Went way too long. And I will stand by that for the rest of my life.
But we just take a straight line to the next cutscene trigger here, which is going to warp us to the next section of the level.
That's not the right way. You're cheating.
Right there.
What? I could have done that too?
In another school section in a swimming pool.
That was a cheat I could have done. Or a glitch.
So you can actually exit this pool from any side. It's just a little bit faster to go straight left here. Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine.
Everything's always totally fine.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's okay, there's no water monsters here.
Right.
I'm telling you, he exits that whole menu faster than I can even find where the pause button is.
Well, actually, you won't see why, because we're going to do a little bit of a glitch here to skip a good chunk of the level. Fair warning, the next level has a little bit of blood, literal raining blood. We're going to have the night vision up most of the time, so you won't really see it, but just wanted to throw out a super quick content warning for that. Just a little bit of blood there.
This game has blood in it?
This is Raining Blood Skip, just because
that's crazy.
The name of the level here. So when you open this door, you're supposed to get launched back down the hallway and loop all the way around. But if you stand right about here and hold the button down and do it just right, we can actually skip right through the door. Now, this part's supposed to have sprinklers going down, so the floor is technically wet here, but it doesn't load in there. So
that's
you do those
crazy.
super long slides like that, which you normally can't do in other parts of the game.
What a crazy game, man. Speedrunners are so cool. I love speedrunners, man.
Chapter 4 here. Now,
speedrunners are my favorite.
This might be the biggest skip in this category. So this level has a ton of sub-chapters of all these different levels you're supposed to go to. And fortunately for us, the very last sub-chapter is loaded. So we're going to try to go straight there right from the beginning. This clip is also
insane, dude. 4.5 hours of gameplay. He's done it in 23 minutes.
It's one of those it works first try or it gives you a lot of trouble kind of things. Again, I mentioned the offset position. It affects how close you can get to walls, and the more jumps, the more animation.
He keeps talking about the inconsistency of these jumps. How much do we want to bet he gets it first try?
You know, the more time you're playing the game,
because he's been doing it. I'm just saying, he's kind of magical.
It works first try every time. There we go.
Hey, when I'm here to predict shit, I want you to know I'm here to predict shit. I have not seen this playthrough ever in my life. Just toss that out there. But wow, hey, chef's kiss. First try every time.
All right. Some more low FPS action just to make sure the collision in that house doesn't load in a little bit too quickly there. I think we could.
How would you even know where you're at any of this point? I mean, redoing it over and over again, obviously, but so crazy to me.
Incentive button. Hey, down here, click me and help us get the good ending in Made of Scared. Wow, Button, you have so much good information for us. Thank you for that donation. Also, I want to point out we do also have a incentive open up now to upgrade to 100% difficulty, or 100% completion rather, for the Virtual Boy Wario Land, which is coming up later today. So that incentive is also open. So pick and choose what you want to put your money towards.
All right, thank you. And there we go. So that's we got to the end of the level there.
It's insane,
doing
dude.
some jumps to get stuck in some collisions so we can clip.
Somehow, some way, like I know this is how the game's gonna play. I know this is what they're gonna do, but still somehow, some way, it blows my mind every time.
To avoid the enemies here, we do need to reload a checkpoint as well to kind of fix.
My brain hurts.
The level's loaded. It kind of
My little pea brain cannot handle all this information.
When you go straight to the end here, fortunately for us, there is one coming up right about here once we get down the stairs. So we're gonna reload from that to fix that, and then we're gonna do another big trick. Actually, so this is the other elevator skip, same name. This trick actually.
Elevator skip 2.
I was gonna say elevator skip 2.
Yeah.
Nah, that's too many words.
Too many words.
Elevator skip 2, electric boogaloo.
That's funny.
This actually works in any percent. I believe this is the biggest skip in vanilla any percent. This saves over a minute.
Really?
So we're gonna move into this corner of the elevator right away and clip out. And then the level's gonna unload once the elevator goes far enough down. So we're gonna stand in this spot right about here, and you'll see we're gonna start falling very fast. You can see the elevator shaft here, and we're gonna fall straight into a cutscene, which is gonna push us forwards and into another checkpoint all the way at the bottom.
My head hurts. I don't even know. Do I even want to finish this? My head hurts, dude. What the hell is even going on? What does any of this mean? Jerry, thank you for the alert.
Just like that.
It's crazy, dude.
That puts us in chapter 5.
I can't fathom any of this. You're telling me you're not taking twice as long to play this game as a normal person would? You're not dying in every single chapter? Weird. Weird how you guys do this. Weird way to play the game. Kind of boring.
I want to preface a trick we're going to do. There's a character
crazy, man.
called Dave. That's not the character's actual name. It's just one of these heretic characters. But there's a trick where we're going to dodge Dave, and hopefully it doesn't give us too much trouble.
Oh, Dave. Dungeon Dave.
With the help of an Outlast.
Good old Dungeon. You guys remember Dungeon Dave? I remember Dungeon Dave.
Shout outs to Misha, helping me get this mod set up. Swapping the character models. The character's usually naked.
How boring to go through it, no problem. That's what I'm saying. Struggle a little bit.
So I was able to get it swapped with a different character with clothes, so that's great. So we'll be seeing a slightly different Dave today here. But just wanted to say, again, shout outs to Misha for helping me get that figured out.
Where's Dave at? These cave crawlers are getting crazy, man.
Last modding community as a whole, again. We're going to enter PowerPoint mode here for a brief second, so I apologize for that. We're going to go to 5 FPS to dodge this enemy right here. There we go.
Yeah, it was not Dave.
All right, so we're coming up on the Dave dodge here. So normally the game wants you to, after getting this checkpoint, backtrack and hide from the enemies, and once they disappear, come back to this spot. But if we do a precise jump slide, we can actually get past Dave here. There we go. Nice.
Oh my god, dude. Hey.
There we go. Okay. And
I knew he had it in him.
We're gonna do another.
Because that's what I did in my gameplay.
That's doing a side hop or a back hop while trying to grab something, and it displaces you just like that. And we're gonna crawl under here.
Excuse me.
Now this is a fun one. We said walls were kind of suggestions. This wall here actually is not solid, so no special tricks or anything. We just crawl straight out of bounds like that. And now we're gonna do a pretty tight jump here to land on top of this mine.
What blows my mind is this is 2024. A lot of the speed runs that we've seen for Outlast games, or the ones that have popped up on YouTube, are all uploaded from like 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I think I even saw one from 8 years ago. And this one's 2024, so a lot of this stuff is still like refreshed and new. They just leave walls up and out like that. Like, come on, fix your game so that these guys have to struggle a little bit. It's pissing me off, ruining my day, annoying me. I died 7 times in this spot. And look at him. He's floating like Jesus.
That's the hard part of the
He's Jesus.
All right.
Hey, bravo though. It's extremely impressive.
This little corner and kind of just wiggle back and forth until
wiggle.
back in bounds. Something like.
I wonder if they skipped the sex part. What did they about?
All right, so
what
this
about
is
the
normally a
babies?
pretty long
What
section
about
of
the
level
babies
that
and
we
the
have to
sex
do,
part?
with some other cutscenes. We've already skipped a checkpoint, so the cutscenes aren't going to load in.
Because this is right where that happens.
And we can actually just go straight to the end of the level.
Oh!
A bit of platforming.
He just explained it.
We were talking about this earlier in practice, Kyle. There's some. Is it stalagmites that we're jumping on, or stalactites? They're different. I did not know this till I ran this game, actually.
Yeah, stalagmites grow up from the ground, I believe, and stalactites come down from the ceiling. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's the way it goes.
That is true.
There you go. We jump on some stalagmites.
That is
there.
indeed true.
Okay.
Clarifying for you guys,
now
that is
we're done
indeed
with
true.
We're gonna do a little bit of running here. I just want to explain a little bit more about how the checkpoint killing mod and everything works, because we didn't get to really like dig into that at the beginning of the run. So basically, the game has a list of checkpoints that are all in order, and when you go to a checkpoint, it looks to see if you have the checkpoint that's right before that in the list. So for example, if you have checkpoint 2,
So he's so close to the end.
straight to checkpoint 5, it'll say, oh,
He's
you
like
don't have
already
checkpoint
there.
4, so it just kills you. So what we do is we have a console command that sets your checkpoint to a value called none. And when you have none checkpoint and you get another checkpoint, it just gives it to you. You don't have, it kind of bypasses that check there, so you don't need to actually get them all in order. So that's really nice. We used to have to use a third-party mod that would actually run in the background.
Interesting.
And
Interesting.
instead, we were able to find this version, and it's a lot easier. The only thing that sucks about it is if you forget, you have to do it manually. So that has happened to me in practice before. You do a really long.
I wonder why the devs do that though. I wonder if it's just to keep me from soft locking in the game, so the game doesn't glitch out.
Which is great. So right now we're in the last chapter of the game. We're trying to meet up with Lynn. I don't think we explained.
For context, he's 29 minutes 34 seconds in. I know I've been comparing it to my gameplay. He's in the last chapter of the game. I got there at about, I think, 5.5 hours. 5-ish hours of gameplay, somewhere around that range. He's doing it in 29. Not that I'm very good at video games. We've clarified this many times. I'm gonna stop pausing. I know we're towards the end, but I'm just tossing that. It's insane to try and fathom.
The plot stuff so far, have we?
Not very much, no.
Well,
I mean, the plot doesn't really make that much sense if you just watch the speed run, but
yeah.
Well, yeah, true.
Basically, there's 2 reporters, Blake and Lynn. We're playing as Blake. And a good chunk of the game is trying to meet back up with Lynn, and that's basically what we're going to do right here. All right, so while we do that, if we got
that did not explain any of the lore.
This would be a great time as well.
Lynn! I want to voice act for a video game so bad. Any devs out there want to hire me for voice acting? Hey, I'm your guy. I'll be the evil villain.
To Shark, they are hardly a test. And though this game was a fright, seeing its speed ran is tight, and I must say I am quite impressed.
Me too. Me too, poem
Love
guy.
Limerick. Please send me more poems. It brings me such joy to read your poems.
Thank you, Disc.
See, it's funny to go from
Disc is a great member
2-3 minutes into this gameplay to 30 minutes in, and now the world is ending. And trying to connect the puzzle pieces how I got there.
You got time for a couple more here?
Like, if you didn't know what Outlast was about at all, Outlast 2 specifically, and you just try to watch this and piece the puzzle together from what you saw in the speedrun, you'd be so lost. I was lost and I played the game. I was lost playing the game. You'd be so extra lost watching this.
A small little routing thing. So Marta shows up. We haven't seen her in a while.
Marta.
She's trying to kill us. So the fastest way to do this is to go this way. I believe the first exit you go to here, it'll fall down like that. So we want to cause that one on purpose so we can go the
that's
other way,
interesting.
and then we're just gonna run up here and skip another cutscene. If you have anything else, you can go ahead again.
For sure. We've got a $110 donation from Can't Do Any of These Runs.
Me too.
Says,
Amen.
I really enjoy watching them. Great event, great games, great cause. Keep up the amazing work. I also have a $50 donation from Iggy who says, I'm glad
Azalea?
listens at this event. It's heartwarming to see such an inclusive community, and I love hearing the runs explained.
Right.
Maybe you got one more?
Absolutely. I've got a $100 donation from Unlimited Warrior.
Let's
who
go.
Didn't say anything, but I just wanted to throw that out there because that's a nice chunky dono. So we love those chunky donos.
All right, great. So one thing I wanted to mention about this area, this level, especially with the cutscene skip mod, is so much better. They really throw a lot of the cutscenes right at the end of the game here, so being able to jump past those is really nice for the pacing. Now, unfortunately, even with the checkpoint killing mod, we can't really skip any huge chunks of this part of the level. because every single checkpoint kind of relies.
Does that mean every single speedrun that isn't the cutscene skip, you have to watch the same thing over and over again? It seems kind of boring, counterproductive, counterintuitive.
You know, it just keeps going like that. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the run here. I would say we got about 2 or 3.
Why was his estimate 45 minutes? He's beating it by 10 whole minutes.
Yeah. It's been pretty solid so far. The inner demon skip was the main thing I was worried about, but that went pretty well. So we're on good pace here.
The inner demon skip? I couldn't even tell you what that was.
So you are walking with Lynn here. If you go out of bounds and deload the level, Lynn will also disappear, and you get your normal movement back. But again, unfortunately, you do also need Lynn to trigger these cutscenes. So it's a whole. We've glitched onto this level a lot. It doesn't seem like
we're not gonna watch our wife give birth. Wow,
so
lame.
This is
immersion ruined.
He's kind of just chilling there. The cutscene breaks.
That's pretty funny.
So the way that one works.
That
is
is pretty
I
funny.
talked
I
about
like
none
that.
checkpoint earlier. So if you set your checkpoint value to none, it also kind of breaks things too. Things don't load in quite correctly.
Hey, hi, hello. Hey, hi,
so
hello.
this is the last checkpoint in the game. We can't load a checkpoint after this to skip that cutscene there, the last like monologue. So we just load in with our checkpoint value being none, and then things don't load quite correctly.
Everything
so,
just explodes,
we're
right?
Coming up on the end
That's
of the
it.
run in like 30 seconds here.
How was that not the end?
We see Jessica and we grab her hand.
Oh, yeah, you have to play as a character.
Kind of a
Okay, I
funny,
forgot about this.
Thing that happens with non-checkpoint here as well is, again, like I said, things don't load properly. So she's kind of just going to clip through this door here. Don't question it. It's fine.
What?
All right.
There she is.
And
She's a ghost.
time.
She's a ghost. We knew it. We knew it all along.
That is Outlast 2. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, W speedrun. I should not be shocked or mind blown at this point, but I am thoroughly impressed, as always with these speedruns, because there is so much to just not only learn, but to actually do and commit to and like memorize and whatnot. And this one seems wild, mostly because there's just no structure to any of it. It's mountains. You're walking on random hills and whatnot. It's crazy. Hopefully game's done quick. It's not an issue that I watched and reacted to this, because it was thoroughly enjoyable to watch and talk about all the crazy stuff that Mr. Sharkcat87 himself did in this run. But overall, Outlast 1, Outlast Whistleblower, and Outlast 2, all the speedruns of the Outlast games we have played so far, phenomenal. They blew my mind. Each and every single one of them, the movement required is, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, far exceeds anything that I'm capable of. My little grimy hands are capable of. So that was a fun watch. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was as cool as I imagined it would be. And I'm surprised all 3 of those runs technically done in less than 45 minutes. That is mind-blowing. Thank you guys for watching. We'll react to some more speedrunning content in the future. Till next time, my friends. Peace.